Special delivery! Vevor Mag Drill Review, Part 1, Season 3, Episode 26. Special delivery! For what that's from, let me know, but here we go. Care package we got today, Vevor Mag Drill, and we'll take it out in a second and show you what it is like this. This is our product to test and review, Vevor Mag Drill. Pretty cool. Here we go. Okay, so we got our care package, Vevor Mag Drill. I already cut the top out, but I kind of want to save the box because it's actually a pretty decent box. And I want to probably just put it back in there when I'm done. But it's actually pretty good shipping too. Nice and thick. I'm not going to make you watch the whole unboxing, but here we go. Look how thick that. Pretty thick on the inside. Here's our product. And Chris Wojnarski back again, Welding Fabrication video for you guys. I guess it'll be a Fab Tool Friday. And today would be July 9th. 2025 at the time of this. In Dunedin, Florida, it is sunny, pretty sunny and hot today, about 90 degrees and humid. So yeah, we got a sweaty one today. Anyway, back to so here it is. This is the variable speed one. I wanted the variable speed unit. They have a couple different models, and this one here I'll show you on the on their website if you could see. It's that one, magnetic drill press 1450W 12500N portable mag drill press, 800 RPMs. Comes with 2 annual cutters, the attachment of adjustable chuck, a strap, some Allen wrenches, and chuck key, and our little coolant reservoir, which I may use, I may not use, because that's more for annual cutters. But anyway, at the time of this video, it should be about $253. It says after registering, you could get it for $205, but $253 on their website. I'm not sure about Amazon, but that's that. And here's our model number, if you're interested. Not much to the instruction manual, about 800 RPMs, pretty strong magnet. And just go to the website, that link, if you want more info on it. But here's a little quick description for you guys. Pause this if you want, but 0 to 800 RPMs, adjustable variable speed, core drill, so we could drill up to a 1.6 inch hole size or 40 millimeters, max coring depth 2 inches, so 2 inches deep or 50 millimeters. And I believe the magnet has 2,810 foot-pounds of force, so that's how strong the magnet is while you're cranking down on it like that, if that makes sense. I mean, it's pretty simple. That's all I really need to know is just how much, when I'm looking at it, how much I could drill 1.6 inches, which it looks like you could actually do a little bigger than that, and how much force it has, and the RPMs. So, that's it. Now, I want to start off by saying this before I forget. Now, this is more of a budget friendly, but it's super lightweight. It's like 30 pounds, and I used mag drills in the past, but they're always heavy. We got some big, heavy, expensive ones, and I'll show you in a second, but I like this because, well, first it's affordable, but it's light. So if you got something you want to drill, you're not going to hesitate to go grab something lighter out and do it. Where if I'll show you right here, here's one Milwaukee, and that thing's like, I don't know, it's heavy. And here's our second one, Rockwell, and oh, that thing's like, it's over 50 pounds. It's more than I want to lift. And those are really good mag drills, really heavy duty and everything. Expensive. They're probably $1,000 to $2,000 for those things, but they're super heavy and super big, where I actually wanted one of these, and I'm glad it worked out. Like, it's something small, lightweight, and affordable. I was planning on buying for myself, but it worked out that we got this. And also, before I forget, I want to mention in the beginning, it's not a sponsored video technically, but I'm going to label it as a sponsored video because Vevor reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to do they'll ship it out to me, give me the unit, and just to make a video on it. I'm gonna make 2 videos, this one and a follow-up one in a month, and let you guys know how it goes, because I'm not gonna get too much testing on it. I haven't had much stuff to really use it for, so I'm just gonna do a couple little things right now. But even if you don't want this model, look on their website. They got a couple different ones. This one's about, what did I say, like 230, 253, sorry. So 253, they got a cheaper one for like 200 bucks, unless you do that register and stuff, it might be cheaper. But they got a cheaper one, 200 bucks, but it's not variable speed, but it comes with a bunch of annular cutters. But I wanted a adjustable speed, and they had a, I think the same one as this almost, but it came with a couple more annular cutters for a little bit more, so you're not hurting me if you want an upgraded model. But this, I'll have a affiliate link, I guess. I get like a 5% commission or something like that if you go through the thing, but my feelings aren't hurt if you do, or go through Amazon. I know I like ordering through Amazon too. Amazon has a bunch of stuff too. Sped up time lapse of just putting everything together. Figure you don't need to really see that. Just hook up the coolant reservoir if you want to use that. Hook up the 3 handles and your drill bit, whatever you want to use. Alright, got distracted before, but here's your annular cutters. These mag drills are pretty good with annular cutters, which I don't really use that often. They're expensive, and our mag drills doesn't have that, I don't think, the attachment or whatever, so we just use a chuck. So the cheaper, they had a different one that came with the, I think it was a little cheaper with a bunch more annular cutters, which was a really good deal if you use the annular cutters a lot, but it wasn't variable speed. I like this one because it's variable speed and you could slow that down a little bit, which the other one you might be able to just add this on and slow it down, but for the price of the annular cutters, they're actually offering really good deals for those. They might not be as good as some of like the super high dollar ones, but from what I've seen, they work pretty good for the price, so you can't beat that. But here you go. And I guess the good thing about annular cutters, it's kind of like a heavy duty hole saw, where it just drills that whole hole out, and instead of like if you're doing like a big hole, like a 1/2 inch or something, or a 1 inch hole, it's not drilling that whole center out, where if you're using a regular drill bit, you want to work your way up, like go from, like, say if you're going to 1 inch, you want to go like 1/4, 1/2, then up to that, where with these you could just shoom right through. Now, one thing that this would be really good for is making you a table like this, and this actually comes with the right size bit, 5/8, and that'll drill you your perfect hole right there for your thing. 5/8 or 16 millimeter does your fixture table holes. So if you wanted to, you could lay it all out precisionally and go through like that, which is what a lot of people do, because to have this thing CNC cut out will probably cost you, depends on where you go, but at least $300 to $400 for something like this. Or if you got time, you could just buy something like this and do it yourself. So that's up to you. That's just something to think about. Anyway, back to it though. Here's your tool, here's your drill. That's what I'll be using probably a lot more, is the drill. And here's your little attachment that goes like that, and then this just slips up right up in here. And one thing that you gotta, a lot of people don't know is, okay, how high does this thing go? And you think, well, that's kind of a bummer because it only goes that high. Once you get your tool on, and then this leaves you with nothing. But I don't know if all drill presses do this. A lot of the high dollar ones do, but this one, you adjust it right here. Just keep your hand under it so it doesn't fall. I'm really glad they got that on there, because that would kind of be well, not for the annular cutters, but for a drill bit, it'd be bummer. So now, once you put that in there, be about that high, and that should be plenty enough to drill some holes. If anything, you might have to shim it up a little bit, but for a lot of stuff, you probably do work. So that's that. And what else? I'll start getting to drilling some holes. Here's the coolant reservoir, which I probably won't use that often, because I think it only really works for the annular cutters, because it goes, the fluid goes through here, where I think it'll, yeah, there's no through hole for there, so you can't really use the thing with that. So if you wanted to though, you could use this and hook up like a little make yourself something and like a slow drip thing, which this might have an adjustment on here, and you could drip that on your thing. But I like using like a oil or something instead of a flooding coolant like that, so I won't be using that. Simple and easy to take off. Just loosen these 2 Phillips screws, tilt that off like that, tighten these screws back up. And it's a little tight right here, but you got your, what are they, Gibbs or the Ways or whatever, that you can adjust right here and just loosen them just a hair. Won't go too much. And that, yep, it's already making it a little easier. So I never used the annular cutters before though, but it's been like a long time since I used them, and not on this machine. But some of them come with springs that come in here, but this one I think has it in the thing. So you just want to make sure to put your pin in. Don't lose your pin. Put your pin in first. Loosen these out, but then you gotta like find your center. So tighten one, hold it, wiggle it a little back and forth, kind of feel that slop up. Same thing with this. Get that little slop, and it should be pretty good right there. Then you can tighten it down. And I'll probably use the 1/2 inch one. I want to save the 3/8, but I can feel that spring in there pushing up. So that pushes, once you drill through the hole, it pushes that slug out. Unlike a hole saw bit, when you drill your hole, I'm sure if you guys use these, you know the battle of having the piece of metal stuck in there. So that's one benefit of the annular cutters. Anyway, I hate to have this a long video, but that's the unboxing of, let's start to get to using the thing a little bit. So I might not use that, but I will. And then if you want, your handle can be reversible. You could switch it around with this, loosen it with the Allen wrench, or tighten these to make it a little easier to go up and down. And I'm sure there's more adjustments in there if you want, but we'll get to it. So put this on really fast. You can just put it in like that. You could give it a little bop. Don't do it with your hand. Bop it on the table or ground or something, and that should be pretty good. Same thing with this. Let's drill some holes. I'm not going to drill up here, but I want to show you guys one thing. This is an aluminum tabletop. Of course, you know magnets don't stick to aluminum or stainless steel, but you can drill through aluminum if you wanted. Find you a piece of plate, thicker the better, and I guess that's why that magnet is, the better. But even if you had a piece like this, clamp that down. I'll show you a little bit. Like we drilled a lot of these holes with the other mag drill, and not the main ones, but I think these ones or these ones, and we countersunk the things with the mag drill, and that's what we did. But you could just pop your thing up. I should have showed you the little buttons, but let's see. Get your electronic. Turn your magnet on. I think you have to have the magnet on for this thing to operate. But right there, it's holding it down. If I put one more clamp on it, it'll be really good. I'll do that for you. But you don't want to leave your magnet on anywhere like too long. They say like over an hour or something, it starts to get too hot, and you can overheat that thing. But going on and off, it's not a big deal. You just don't leave it sitting there, go to lunch or whatever. So, I mean, that's pretty. I'm leaning on it. I could take it off, but if I put a bigger plate on, because it's overhanging like an inch on each side, but going like this, I'm really trying, and that's not going nowhere. So if you ever need to drill through aluminum or stainless, you could use something like that. Even a little plate like that you could get away with, but if you had something a little wider, you'll be really good. And thick like that, thicker the better. Now let's drill some holes. And also in this video, well not this video, but if you're ever doing anything overhead or something where this thing could fall over if it gets unplugged, you do want to strap it down, and they got a nice little through hole right there that you could strap it around somewhere. So keep that in mind, because you could trip a breaker or something. And I guess I'll show you it working really fast too before I do anything. So magnet on, power on, rotation. Another plus or cool thing about this drill too, I've seen in a couple other videos also, that this drill has a speed sensor thing in there for the motor, that if it senses
like a load on it, so if you're drilling slow and it senses a load like that, the speed actually picks up and ramps up on its own, so it doesn't burn your motor out, which is really, really good. So,
and I'm not going to drill too many holes in this video. I'll do my follow-up video for that because I don't got enough time, I don't think, for all that. But we're not going to mess around. We're going to go straight to stainless steel. That's like 1/2 inch thick stainless, and if it does that, it should be good. So whatever size hole this is, it's like a 3/8 or 1/2 inch. I'll just duplicate that hole, I guess. Hopefully the lighting's okay over here. I center punched it. You always want to center punch before you drill through. I should have popped this on a little bit more, but it might split. But let's see. So we're moving like that. So it's pretty strong like that. Alright, always good to put a little bit of cutting fluid on there. I don't know how sharp this drill bit is, so I might have to switch it to a different one.
alright, a couple things I regret doing, hanging that drill press off like that. But anyway, we're drilling 1/4 inch drill bit through 1/2 inch thick stainless steel, and just hanging that drill press off like that, it's not getting as much clamping force, so I can't really put any pressure down on it. I'm just going slow with a light little bit of pressure, and it's going, but I just got to be careful. I really should have just put its head on, straight on, so the whole magnet's on top of that thing. That's the right way to do it, and just shimmed up that stainless, put something underneath it, so I didn't worry about drilling through the horse. That was my main concern, but it's working. And the next hole, you could see when I bump up to the next size, it works a lot better because I'll reposition the drill press. And next video, I promise I'll put this to the test, but it was just a long video already as it is, and I didn't want to make it super long.
Looks like the lighting's not too good over here, so sorry about that. We'll get you in my next videos, we'll do a little better. But I'm half clamped down on there, so if I would have positioned it a little better, I just don't want to drill through my horse. That's the only reason why, and it's not sitting like super good on there. So let me move it for our next hole. Alright, we're fixing our thing. One thing I really like about a smaller mag drill like this, it's so light. You can't beat that. And one thing I like about this is the height. So we got plenty of height for 1/2 inch, so we should have no problem with even bigger bits and stuff in there. So what I did is I just put on a piece of scrap aluminum, and we'll clamp that whole thing down after that. Now most of the time with a mag drill, you clamp to your part and you're just going to drill right through your part, but I'm showing you stuff that most other videos didn't show you, other possibilities that you could go for drilling stainless, aluminum. In my next video, I'll show you a bunch of other stuff. So just make sure you start it up, clamp down, and now we're really moving the whole horse. So on, good.
I was going to delete this part out, but you could see right here, dull drill bit, and I switch it in a second, but I want to leave it in, just show you a little difference.
Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, definitely the drill bit. And that's only on setting number 1 for the carrot ramping up. Drilling like butter. As long as you got a sharp drill bit and you keep it cool and go slow for bigger stuff, you should be good for a lot of things. And I could bump it up faster. I think I'm through.
I want to apologize for the noise too. My mic got disconnected or something happened to it. I don't know if the battery died, but should have blocked out a lot of that noise, but not this time.
And there you go, you got your nice hole. Went through easy like butter. And this is actually a nice, I thought that the drill chuck wasn't going to be like super good because it's mainly used for the annular cutters, but that thing worked really good. Like I thought I was going to have to buy a better one, but no, that thing's not bad at all. So there you have it. I didn't use the annular cutter. Next one I probably will. I'll get some more shots with that and some more use to it. This is just my unboxing. Make sure you wear your safety glasses too. But yeah, full disclosure, I got it for free just to do a video, not to say good things, bad things, just to do a video on it. And there you have it. One thing I like about it is you still got a couple extra, you got like 1 inch to 2 inches of space still with that 1/2 inch in there, so you should have no problem doing like a 3/4 inch drill bit if you need to. With the annular cutters, no problem. We'll use that in another video. Just wrapping this up really quickly of things I like about it. It's cheap, $200-300 where the big ones, the Milwaukee's, they're $1,500 or more, and it's lightweight. That's my biggest thing. That's the one thing I wanted, something lightweight like that you have no problem drilling, putting it in your car, bringing it to a job site, bringing it up a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whatever floor, putting it vertical overhead, which I've seen videos of people doing with that. No problem with that. But anyway, that's another thing I wanted to just test is 3/4 inch bit. You could fit 1/2 inch bit, so you have no, or 1 inch, you have no problem with that. So another good thing. My SD card died though, but I just want to show you one more thing. This thing's, well, that's super light, but that's not it. But, or my SD card ran out of room, so I want to just add this on my phone, but I didn't really show you before on a thick plate what it's supposed to be on. I am not moving that thing at all. And really, you don't go side to side, you go up and down, and that's got, I can't do that, and we'll put it on the bottom and see what happens there. I'm not drilling nothing, but I just want to show you. Upside down, same exact thing. This thing ain't going nowhere. Of course, if you're going to be upside down, try strapping it or maybe clamping it. Be careful clamping it though, because that you're not really sure. But there you have it. You could drill holes upside down if you need to. I just wanted to show you the actual strength of the thing. I think it's like 2,800 pounds of force that magnet holds. That I wasn't really showing you nothing on here because these things are warped, so it's not getting a nice flat surface. And up on that thing, on that, wasn't really good because it was only a small little plate. But good, just don't leave your battery on, and there you go, guys. I'm not the best with product reviews like that, but we'll work on it, and we'll definitely add it in the future videos and stuff, even my next video, but you'll see it if you follow along on my channel. But that was one thing it worked out good, because that was actually a tool that I've been wanting for a while. Small, lightweight mag drill. And again, if you don't want to go through, if you're going to get one, don't feel bad if you find a different one that's not on my affiliate link or whatever. If you find it on Amazon or whatever, cool. You're not going to hurt my feelings, whatever makes you happy, because there could be better deals on other ones or whatever, but I appreciate it if you do. Video, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hopefully you liked it, and we'll show you more of it. Thank you, Vevor. I appreciate it for sending this out, and we shall see you guys in the next one. Wojnarski, over and out.